Hello guys, hope all of you are doing well. So today again I come with another topic in SuccessFactor Employee Central, and as you already seen from the thumbnail, we are going to discuss today on the synchronization topic in position management specifically. Though today's topic is not very new in EC domain, basically, it is quite old and very vastly used in Employee Central domain, basically. But today I just picked up this topic to discuss and demo you hands-on configurations because though it is very widely used in many instances for the clients, but there are very frequent issues we can receive in live project work as well. When this synchronization happens, then if we don't have the proper concept how this synchronization works, basically, then it will be very hard for us to identify the issues. So keeping that in mind, and also there are a lot of viewers of my channel already requested to prepare videos based on position management. So keeping that in mind, today I'm just trying to prepare this video on position management synchronization. So as you already seen from the thumbnail, that is our topic, synchronization in position management. Now this synchronization topic itself is a vast one, so I'm planning to divide this topic into two parts. Today we are going to discuss on part one, and following this video I'll upload another video. There we are going to discuss and going to show the demo on the synchronization. That will be the part two video actually. So let's proceed on that. But before proceeding, I request to everyone, just pause the video for a while, and who are the very new viewer of my channel and who has not subscribed yet, I request to everyone, please subscribe my channel and hit the red subscriber button, and also hit the bell icon, so that if I upload any new videos, you can receive the notifications at the earliest. You can also check my previous uploaded videos as well. The playlist name is SuccessFactor. From this playlist, you can find all of my previous uploaded videos, and you can find the playlist in the top right corner. If you click on the eye icon here itself, actually you can find the playlist called SuccessFactor, and going to that playlist, you can find all of my previous uploaded videos, so you can check it out. Hope those videos will be helpful for your enriching your knowledge on success factors, particularly in Employee Central, and it might help in your project work as well. So no more introduction, let's move on to our topic today, synchronization. So that is the topic of topic today, basically. First, who are very new in this domain or very new in HR configuration part, let's try to understand what do we mean by synchronization. So basically, synchronization happens between job information and position. Now why we should use the position, there are a lot of benefits actually when we are going to implement the position for any instances, and lot of benefits. Basically, I'm not going through all of those benefits today because that is not our topic today. So majorly, you can say major benefits of implementing position is, suppose headcount planning headcount planning purpose, position plays a very crucial role. Now what will happen if you don't implement the position? Then for the headcount planning, actually you need to count your actual employees and for future headcount planning, that you cannot get the clear ideas. So if you implement the position, then you can build your position structure as well, and based on your requirement as well, you can build your position structure, and from that position structure building, you can have a complete idea that within this department you already have this kind of position. Out of this position, these number of positions are already employed, and these are vacant position. So based on that, you can have a complete ideas that based on your demand for that particular department, do you need to recruit more employees, or the department is already overcrowded, you need to just move those employees to other department or not. That kind of analysis you can do via position management. From my point of view, that is the major benefit of implementing position management, that kind of overview you cannot get without implementing position management actually. And another thing, it is very easy to maintain the positions via online via this position management basically, and a lot of other benefits as well. I'm not going one by one all of those now. To means having those benefits by implementing position management separately in AC basically, so there is a new challenge also come up. Now what is that challenge? Now our job information and position is now two different entities. So if we make any change either in position or job information, those records also we need to sync up. That challenge come up. So these data syncing between your position data and your job information data is called the synchronization in position management. So if we try to classify this synchronization a bit more, then we can see there are two kinds of classification we have for synchronization. One is position to job info. That means when somebody is changing the position data, and that position data should be flowed down from position object to job employee's job information, that kind of synchronization. And another kind of synchronization is when a job info to position, that means when somebody is going to make any change in employee's job information, then based on that change employee's position data also need to be changed. That means employee need to move up to another position if that position don't have that sufficient or that relevant information that employee that as per the new change in employee's job information basically. So these kind of two classification we can have in synchronization topic basically. So today we are not going to discuss about the first topic because whenever we are going to implement the position management for any instance, so I would say almost 100% cases you can find position to job information is already built in. It is very widely used basically, and uh, due to that, as it is very known and well popular, so I'm not going to discuss it today because my intention is always run after to those topics which people are not much aware of. So and this topic also means job info to position is also widely used, but comparatively position to job information, many clients I have noticed that they are not interested to this job into the position mapping. So they want to do, if somebody's job information is getting changed, they want to move those changes either manually or some other way out, so not via this synchronization actually. So but today that's why as there might be have some confusions to my viewers on this particular topic, how we can move these job info position changes. That's why I pick up this topic today to discuss. So as usual, uh, to discuss this topic, I already set up one scenario today. So what? Let's check out what is the scenario today. So uh, today's scenario, as we picked up today, that is on change of department in employee's job info, employee will be moved to another position where the department matches with the newly assigned department in employee's job info. So that means in summary we can say when employee's job info in employee's department is getting changed from employee's job info, then employee need to move to another position where employee's department and other credentials that already maintained in employee's job info, other field details, that will match with the new position. So that is our requirement there. This should be done automatically, not by manual process. That is the objective of this configuration basically. So what we need to do basically via this configuration, we need to check. So the configuration steps. So first step will be we need to create a business rule with the common fields between job info and position, and that business rule's base object should be position. Second step will be assign that business rule in position management settings basically in the synchronization tab. Third step will be set up follow-up activity on position field in the event region. That is the main thing actually will help to trigger this business rule that we are going to set up in employee in position management settings basically. So and third step is set the field value of field value search for position in the positions transfer or classification in the position management. I'll just talk about these fields later when we are going to show this demo, hands-on demo. Then I'll explain what is the utilization of this field basically. And there are some prerequisite as well. Before doing all of these activities, the first prerequisite is the event derivation business rule should be in place, because these whole thing should be managed via event derivation only. That means when some employees department is going to be changed in employees job info, then one particular event derivation should happen. So changing of department, you can say employees basically transfer one department to another transfer. So one kind of transfer event reason should trigger in that case, and based on that event reason itself, employees relevant position should be looked up and employee should be assigned to the relevant position. That means employee's position should be moved on. So that's why event derivation business rule should be already in place. First prerequisite. Second prerequisite is the pick list for this follow-up activity on position field. This field is basically a pick list based field. So the pick list value should be already set up. The pick list value should be position reclassification and position transfer. So basically, these in job info to position synchronization, this is nothing but a scenario of position reclassification or position transfer. The scenario we have picked up, this particular scenario here, the employee's job department is getting changed. So changing of department we can classify as the position transfer. That means employees transferring from one department to another department. Now if we pick up another scenario where employees FT is getting changed in via job info, that means employee remains in the same department, same location and everything, but employees FT is getting changed. That means that can be classified as a example of a position reclassification. In that case, we can classify it within position reclassification. That is why two values should be set up in this follow-up activity of position. One is the position reclassification, another is the position transfer. So now let's see. So that is why we can say position reclassification and position transfer is the scenario based on this job info to position synchronization. So let's check up now in the instance how we can configure this scenario today. So we have logged into the instance now, and first thing we need to go to, as per our step 1 in the configuration that we have already demonstrated in the PPT, we need to build one business rule. So and that business rule need to be placed on in the position management settings. So let's go to position management settings first. Here go to synchronization tab here, and you can see there are two fields where we can assign the business rules here in the synchronization tab. One is rule for synchronizing position to job info, that is the type 1, and second is rule for synchronizing job info to position. That is what we are going to do today. So based on this, as you see, there is no such rule is assigned at this moment. So first we need to create the business rule. Let's name the business rule is job info to position. So here you can see these base object of this position business rule will be position, and as an additional parameter job information also need to be allocated here. So first in if condition I am placing in employees job info, the position field position should be there. Without position this will not work. So we need to place one condition here in employees job information. Let's go to position. This position value is not equals to null. Position value, that means position should already be assigned to employees job information, then only this rule will be working. Now second, we need to place those common fields for which we want to trigger this for the change of which fields we want to trigger this business rule, basically. So set position the first, as per our first scenario, as per our scenario, we should place it first the department. So position department is to be equals to job information department. Now you can place now other fields as well, as per your choice or as per your requirement, basically which common fields you need to set up here. Let's put some other fields like business unit, set company, say location, country, department, cost center. Okay, company is renamed as my company in job information, basically. So that's why we need to map this field. And here say other fields called division. So job info's division also need to be mapped on here. Next field say job code, say job title. From job title is available within job classification, so from here. And say last field is location. So job info's location need to be mapped here, location. So I'm just code already exists, it is saying okay, with this name already one code exists, so I'm just putting it v1. So our code is ready now, our rule is ready now. We need to now place this rule in the position management settings, synchronization tab, rule for syncing job information to position here. Now we have placed this rule. Now I'm talking about these two fields in the PPT slide as well. Search for position in position reclassification and search for position in position transfer. So what the utilization of this field, basically when we are going to make some changes in job information, say I'm going to make the change of department. So based on the new department assigned to employees job information, system will try to find a new position with that department, and if though that position is not found, then system will create a new department as a peer department, system will create a new position as a peer position of the existing position for that employee, basically. So if we select yes in that case, but if we want, every time if we make any change in job information, suppose now I'm going to make any change of employees department, and as per that, system will not look into the existing blank positions. That means where the employees are not assigned to those positions, vacant position, system will not look after that. System will directly create a new position for that. If you want the configuration in that way, if that is your requirement, in that case we should set this position reclassification as no. When this position reclassification scenario will trigger, it will not look after the existing positions, it will directly create new position. If you want the same scenario for the positions, position transfer as well, there also need to set this option as no. So let's first check with the settings of yes, should system should look into the existing vacant position, existing matching vacant position or not. Let's check it up first and save these settings. So these settings are done. Now as per step 3, we need to uh, maintain the settings in the event reasons as well. So let's open a new tab. Let's go to manage org. So one of the transfer scenario we are just going to work today. So let's go to event reason and transfer without page change. Transfer without page change. This event reason I am picking up. So here basically this field follow up activity in position. This field basically navigating our control from job info change to position management settings. Okay, if we are not maintaining these fields value in the event derivation event reasons basically, then the control will not be moved from job info change to position management settings or that particular business tool we just created. Okay, that's why this follow-up activity in position field need to be set up, and you can see this is a pick list based field, and the basically the pick list value, if we go to the corporate data model, because even reason is still maintained in the corporate data model, it is a foundation object, and there if we try to open, this is the event derivation field HRS element. Within that the HRS fields are maintained, and if we check the pick list, here position action type, this pick list is maintained. So let's see, because in this instance we have already migrated the legacy pick list management to pick list center. So pick list, we can find, sorry, not pick list mapping, it should be pick list center. Position action type, this is the pick list, and here you can see these position reclassification and position transfer, these two values are maintained. So in our transfer scenario, I have maintained these follow-up activity as position transfer. Okay, so based on this position transfer scenario, if there is any matching equivalent position will be found as per the change we are going to make for the employees, then system will assign that position to the employee, or if no change is found, system will create a new position for that employee. And for to derive this event derivation based on our change, already one business rule is already in place for that. Now let's go to the testing part. Let's go to the org chart first. I'm going to the position org chart. Here already, okay, one employee John Go. Let's pick up this employee as our test user, and if we check the John Go's position hierarchy, so we can see John Go's parent position. In parent position, the employee sitting as there is a chain, and John has two peer users and two positions are vacant. Okay, so if we check now John's position, sorry, now let me open a new window, and John Go, let's go and check John's employment details, job information. So right now John is assigned to position 3000318. Let me just capture this one. Open page. So this is the existing position. Existing position of John. Okay. Now and also see what is the department, existing department of John. Okay, so here is the existing department. So let me just capture this one so it will be better. Okay, so now existing position is this one and existing department is this one, operations MY. Now let's try to change John's department, but before changing let's try to see the other vacant position. So here is a vacant position as well in the same hierarchy that John belongs to in the position org chart, and let's try to check. So here you can see the department of this position. The rest of the field records are same as as the position John has right now, but this department is different. So if we check John's department is okay. If we check John's department is operations MY, but here in this particular vacant positions department is production MY. So let's try to change John's department to production MY and see if this vacant position is automatically assigned to John or not. That is our test case. So let's go to, and what is the vacant positions position code? This one. Just mention it out. Vacant position is this one. Okay. Now let's move to John's profile and try to make some changes here. Job information 21st. Let's go to department code. Department is operations. Now let's move it to production. Okay, and try to save it. Now already we have placed one business tool which will trigger this event derivation transfer without pay change for John. Let's see this. What is the approver for this workflow? Charles Barun and Tessa Walker. Confirm. Now let's proxy Charles. Okay, go to the approve request. And approve. Now let's also proxy Tessa. Okay, go to approve request of Tessa and approve of John's transfer request. Now let's become self again. Now let's try to check what is happening in the org chart of John. Position org chart, obviously. Go to the position of chart and try to find John now. John go. Yes, let's check. Okay, so still John belongs to the same hierarchy because the John's parent position is the Teresa chain. So it is not move on. Now the previous now this position 3000318. Let's see what was the existing position for John. 3000318. John is moved from this position. And what is the current position of John? Let's see. It is 3001025. 3001025. That was the vacant. So this is how basically this job info to position synchronization happens. So this is one of the example of position transfer. The same can be applicable for the position reclassification as well. If there is a vacant and matching position exists in the employee's hierarchy, for suppose FT is getting changed for any employee is not position is not transferring. Basically, it is a position reclassification. That means position already existing values are getting modified. Employees position related fields values are getting modified. So FT is one of that field. If that is getting changed, then position reclassification scenario should trigger and employee should move to the new position as per that if the vacant and matching position is available. But if it is not available, a new position will be created. Now if you just switch it off, this option search for position in position transfer, I'm just setting it as no for position transfer and try to make the same thing. Right now here in the previous position that department do exist. Now that what was the department in previous position? This operations MY. Now John's department is production MY. Again I'm trying to reverting back, but this time I have switched off this lookup for new position or lookup for existing position option for the position transfer. Okay, now let's see what will happen. Let's again go to John's position. This is the old screen basically. And here go to job information. And department, it is production MY. Now I'm switching it again back to operations MY. Same way the workflow getting triggered. Charles and Tessa are the approvers. Procedures first. Okay, approve from Charles side. Now proxy Tessa. Okay, now approve request from Tessa's side. Let's see the request first. Approve from Tessa's side as well. Now become self. And here let's go to the org chart now. Position org chart and try to find John. John go. Now see what just happened. John's department is now moved to operations MI again, but you can see the old position where the department was operations MI. John is not moved it back. Rather than a new position is created and John is assigned to that new position here. Because why it happens? Because we have switch it off search for position in the position transfer scenario. If we switch it, if it is yes, in that case John will again revert back to his old vacant position in that case. So this is how basically this job info to position syncing happen. So hope you enjoy this video, and if there is any misconception from your side or something, it is clarified. And so it is very much simple steps basically, but we need to just keep in mind this concept so that we can work better in our EC projects, or we can work better in the EC scenarios basically. So keep watching. Happy learning. Thank you. Bye.